Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Straight Talk with Shelia. I am in a new location, 6 o'clock. It's dark outside, but I'm excited to connect with you. Today, we're going to be talking about navigating relationships. Well, if you've been in any relationships, I've been, you know, in one for 24 years and it went kaput. And now I am just sharing the lessons that I've learned. And I posted a video some time ago and I got some feedback and folks wanted me to address some things. So this is why I'm doing another video on relationships. So today we're going to be talking about navigating relationships. With everything you have to navigate, and with relationships there's sacrifice and reward. Sacrifice and reward. And if we knew what the reward was going to be, we would sacrifice. We would sacrifice. But because we don't know what the reward is going to be, it's so hard to sacrifice. And one of the huge factor in all of this is the other person. We have no control over that other person. We don't know where they've been, what their past experience was, what their childhood was, what were these experiences that they've had. So we can't control that. The only thing that we can control is ourselves. So first thing, we have got to put our pride to the side and we got to put our needs to the side. Yeah, we really do. And I'm not saying to just focus on them and dismiss you. It's a two-way street. You're going to be focusing on their needs and they're going to be focusing on your needs. So A, B, in the relationship, A and B in the relationship. So A is going to make sure they're addressing B's needs and B is going to make sure they're addressing A's needs. And it's like a seesaw, up and down, up and down. We take turns. We make sure we know what each other needs. And the only way to know is not assume. You have to ask. You have to have that conversation. And please don't have the conversation when you're tired. Make sure you have that conversation when you're relaxed. Maybe get a cup of tea. You're on a nice little walk. Whatever it is that you're doing, but you're connecting. Your head is clear and you can have the conversation. When you're having this conversation, be careful about the words you use. For example, off limits are words like never, you always, and you. Don't do that. Just share. This is how it makes me feel when this behavior is happening. And that's when you're going to be able to address the issues in your relationships. Two other things that I want us to touch upon is unforgiveness and jealousy. Let's that marinate for a minute. Unforgiveness and jealousy. In any relationship, you've got to be able to forgive. If you're going to continue that relationship, if I have wronged you, I have to ask you for forgiveness. I'm going to let you know that I'm sorry about whatever it is that I did or said, and you would need to offer me forgiveness if the relationship is going to continue. If the relationship is not going to continue, I've got to get to the place where I forgive myself and I've forgiven you and move forward. But if we're going to remain in that relationship, forgiveness has to happen. If you do not forgive, if you keep unforgiveness inside of you, it's going to show up in your health. You're going to be sick. You're going to be depressed, sad, all kinds of things, aches and pains. You're bringing that onto yourself. It is key and it is important for us to choose to forgive, especially forgiving ourselves. So many times we forgive everybody else and we leave ourselves last. We fail to forgive ourselves. We can't seem to forgive ourselves. We know God forgive us, but we can't forgive ourselves. And that's you and me playing little G God when we are thinking that we are controlling the relationship. And jealousy. Let me touch upon jealousy. Jealousy has to be addressed. If you're feeling jealous in a relationship, you've got to figure out, is this something coming from a wound that I've had before that I didn't address? Or maybe if it's something that sneak upon you and you realize, wait a minute, this wasn't here. Why is this happening? You've got to pause. You've got to press reset, take a step back and address the issue. Ask yourself the question to make sure that you're addressing whatever it is on the inside. And if it's something that you see on the other side with the other person, you've got to be able to talk it out and talk it out in a way where you're saying, this is how it makes me feel when you spend time with this person, when you're on the phone, when you go this place or that place with that person. Focus on the issue, not the person, the issue. What is it that's causing you to feel jealous? You've got to work it through. You've got to tap into the source of that feeling to find out. And once you find out, then you have to be intentional about repairing the relationship, addressing the elephant in the room. And I want to recommend, if you don't already have it, inviting God into that relationship. God is that third strand in that relationship. You can pray and connect and work through those issues, but you've got to give yourself time and space and a good frame of mind to be able to address the issue and what is on your heart. So let us make sure that we remove pride, put our needs to the side while we address the other person's need. We forgive ourselves, forgive the other person, and we reciprocate. Remove jealousy. Jealousy and unforgiveness is two pieces of luggage, two pieces of baggage that you do not want to keep carrying around. This is going to damage your relationship. We cannot demand. We have to lay aside our issues and whatever it is. We got to lay them aside and allow a good frame of mind, a good healthy space for the right conversation. We cannot demand. I will say it again. We cannot demand. We can't say you must and you have to. No, we've got to choose our words. Share, this is how this makes me feel, and this is what I would like to experience. Be open. You've got to tell the other person what it is that you would like to see in your relationship. So, to recap, we've got to take the pressure off the other person because we don't know their past experience. We've got to have honest conversations. We have to sacrifice because there is a reward. And because we don't know the reward, we have to just sacrifice and wait and see. We have to lay aside pride. We have to address the other person's needs while the other person addresses your needs. We have to remove jealousy. We have to remove unforgiveness. Love who you are. Bring your full self to the conversation. I am your coach. I am your sister, pointing light to the treasure that's on the inside of you. If this has been impactful to you, please like and share, subscribe to my YouTube station, and let me know what topics you want me to address. I'm about building muscle. I'm about repairing relationship. I'm about healthy living. It's not about healthy just by eating, but healthy by your attitude, by your demeanor, by your relationship. If you want more, you've got to give more, but you've got to do it from a healthy place. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great evening and God bless. I am your sister. I am your coach. Remember, look within.